Howdy doody everybody, my name is KevGuuey and welcome back to Sorcery Jokers. Ignoring all of her comments, I tipped back my read the elephant as well. Once we'd all had a little break, I tried to move the conversation in a productive direction. Did you just come here to fool around today?
Ah, yeah. AGEHA さんに直接伝えたい話があってきたんです。要件はもう済んでいるんですが。
Fiona smiled awkwardly, though I don't know what happened between the two of them when they're so open with each other. They first met when the Vigilante Corps caused AGEHA some trouble and Fiona went to her to apologize, and they appeared to still be getting along well.
話ってのがね、黒龍悟が絡んでるの。
Okuryu Satoru. It was a name you don't forget soon after hearing it. From the vague impression I had of his face, I recalled his frequent media appearances and the subject of his activities. A sociologist actively pursuing magical liberation. Why was he a topic of conversation? I felt curiosity budding in my breast. What? Budding your breast? Yes? I've seen him on TV, so you've met him, Fiona?
まあ、偶然神父様といたところを声をかけられまして。話の行きがかり上、AGEHA さんにお願いすることになったんです。講演会があるからアウトキャスト自重しろ殺すぞハゲだって。顔も見せずに金も積まずに笑っちゃうでしょ。
I mean, does he know about you?
そんな言い方はしてませんよ。
It'd be safer to leave them alone. Is Okuryu Satoru really stupid enough to ask Fiona about this when it could have the opposite effect? Maybe the situation didn't allow him to do otherwise, or he's aiming for precisely that opposite effect. There's a possibility that he wants to cause a commotion.
私関係ないし。っていうか、歓楽街のアウトキャストを取り締まる親玉とでも思われてるのかな。半数も把握できてないのにね。すいません。フィオナが謝ることないよ。断れない空気ってあるじゃん。でもね、私は仕事を斡旋するだけ。その後どうなるかは知ったことじゃない。流儀なんて大層なものじゃないよ。私は私のやりたいようにやるだけ。
What the? AGEHA suddenly poked at Fiona's voluptuous breasts. A form of communication only allowed between women. Fiona couldn't hide her surprise at the suddenness of it.
今度申し訳なさそうな顔したら、搾乳シーン撮ってネットにあげるから覚悟しといてね。私わがままだから。
What?
気にしすぎました。つまんない顔は伝染しますからね。そうそう、笑顔が一番。
I felt the tension evaporate between the two of them. Hey, don't just wrap things up as though the case is closed.
いたの、センちゃん。
I've been here the whole time, from beginning to end. I butted in because it seemed like you were trying to tie up the whole subject of magic liberation and Okuryu Satoru. Since you accepted the request, Fiona, shouldn't you not be backing down so easily? And shouldn't you voice more of your opinion, AGEHA?
いやー、もう話すことないでしょう。黒龍悟と手を取り合うことはありえないわけだし。伝えるだけ伝えましたし、私は仕事を果たしました。残念ですが、方向性の違いってやつですね。
We'd returned to my apartment and finally begun some sort of meaningful conversation, and now this. I'd even joined in on the conversation, as out of the character as that was, because it had been a tiny bit interesting to me. Fiona, do you remember the specifics of what Okuryu Satoru said?
内容ですか？やけに気にするんですね。覚えている限りでいいなら。就寝の祈りの30分前になるように設定してるんです。長いしすぎちゃいましたね。もう帰らなきゃ。お話はまた今度しましょう。
Oh, thanks.
センちゃん、 送っていきなよ。
It is dangerous out there at night. I nodded. If a young woman like her walked around alone in the unruly side streets of this town, she was likely to fall prey to the same sorts of dangers Rue often did. That was my pretext anyway. I just wanted to hear the rest of what she had to say.
初めてのお使いじゃないんですから。夜間でも人通りの多いルートも知っていますし、心配には及びませんよ。
That sort of confidence is palpable, you know. You're exactly the type people would go for first.
平気ですって。あ、もう本当に行かなきゃ。では、また。
Oh, okay. Well, she just left.
嫌われてやんの。おっぱいばっか見てるからじゃん。ほら、形や大きさが違ってもおっぱいはおっぱい。私が慰めてあげるよ。
I've got someplace I've got to be. Why don't you have fun peeling mandarins by yourself or something?
一人で遊べって、それってそういうこと？船長の歯ブラシ使っていいってこと？そういうことだよね。ねえってば。
Bye. Even if Fiona met with a simple accident or was attacked by robbers or thugs, I wouldn't need to interfere. She was the one who'd insisted she return home alone after all. The only issue was that she left from my room. Since there was obviously someone investigating me, I had to follow her as long as the possibility existed that someone would think we were connected and inevitably make their move. Oh. But Fiona, who left the apartment before me, had unexpectedly disappeared without a trace. She's gone? Well, yeah. Kind of. Even if she'd taken off running as soon as she left the room, if it hadn't been even a minute, it would be difficult for her to completely disappear from my field of view in that amount of time. It's likely that she went to a side road even smaller than an alleyway. That God you believe in won't protect you. Wow, that is just straightforward from you, huh? She probably hasn't gone far. I decided to narrow down my options and perform a thorough search. When I searched for Fiona under the assumption that she'd gotten wrapped up in some trouble, I finally ended up in one of several back alleys. I headed into the darkness pursuing a foul stench, so rotten I wondered if there was a decomposing cat or something far worse farther down the alley. There? Upon hearing the footsteps of the intruder into their alley, rats scattered in all directions. I heard the dripping of water and some other noise. Proceeding through the moonlight, I found her. I could tell it was her from behind. You're alright. She didn't answer. These back streets are already dangerous. Walking around in them alone will make people think you're hoping for something bad to happen to you. I got up right beside her, but she still didn't answer. I thought it was strange, and then I noticed that she was trembling. Hey. When I put my hand on her shoulder, she jumped. She clutched a rosary in both hands. What the hinky dinky happened? What is this ectoplasm? What? Okay. At that point, my thoughts reversed direction. A pitiful silhouette was visible in the moonlight. The object, glistening in the faint light, resembled some drowned mammal washed up on shore. She didn't seem to understand what had happened. Due to this encounter with the extraordinary, the sister was trembling, confused, and covered in sweat. I observed her every action, but she was behaving so ordinarily, it almost felt as though it was an act. So, for the time being, I ignored Fiona. Her voice was nothing but static. I tuned it out as I concentrated on the scene. Curiosity dilated my pupils, my whole body leaning down of its own accord. I had to say, this had left an impression. Thanks? What? Side by Fiona. My voice didn't reach Senri-san, focused as he was on his investigation.
何をしてるんですか? 私、怖いです。
But it doesn't matter in this instance whether he can hear me or not. What's important is that it's normal for me to be frightened right now and that my reaction makes sense. Not understanding the situation, trembling in fear of this inexplicable corpse, doubting everything in her confusion, is the normal that Kusaki Fiona Annabelle has been charged with.
妙な匂いがして、私気になっちゃって、それで途中ですごく嫌な感じがしたんですけど、来てみたらそれが。
Huh. What is that? Senri, the man who comes running to find a liquefied corpse and prioritizes inspecting it over comforting me. If he were just a regular witness, things would have been easier. But this man is an outcast. I can't make any mistakes. The situation is already nothing more than failure on my part. Rather than get involved with something annoying, I decided it would be better to have someone I know witness my reaction. The corpse bubbled as the liquefaction process progressed. Its limbs separated from its body, creating distinct puddles of their own. A cracked ring was still wrapped around a liquefying chunk of meat that had once been an arm. Ugh. Senri picked it up off the ground like you would discarded change. I willed bile to rise in my throat. I brought myself to a state of near vomiting, intent as I was on portraying a normal reaction to such a grotesque scene.
どちらにしろ魔法関係者の線で間違いないな。何かを知って消されたか。これだけ壊れていたら調べようがないか。時間経過で消えていく。気温か。今の季節なら放っておいても外気にさらされれば自動的に消滅する。溶かすこと自体は容易だが、冷やすことで妖怪が早まる性質を持つ有機要塞は一般的じゃないな。新種の薬品、いや魔法か。
He's muttering everything he's thinking out loud. Maybe it's a habit of his. Weird. And I'm gonna end the episode here, everybody. Something is going on here. Someone just got ectoplasm everywhere. And, or actually just became it, so... Woo! We hopefully will find out more about this in the next episode of Sorcery Jokers. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, then please smash that like button and punch that subscribe button down below for more awesome videos. Don't forget to ring the little bell to get notifications of my uploads. Thank you everybody for watching this episode, and you will hear me in the next one. Goodbye!